Kathryn Harris is the Treasurer's Office Black History Month Award winner for outstanding service in arts and humanity. Harris, a native of Carbondale, earned a degree in French with a concentration in education from Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. She also earned a master's degree in library science from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. In 1990, she joined the staff of the Illinois State Historical Library, rising to director in 1996, and keeping similar responsibility when the Lincoln Presidential Library took over the collection. She was the first African-American and woman to be president of the Abraham Lincoln Association, and something as a tall, lanky politician from Central Illinois I have great affinity for. But Kathryn, congratulations. Would like our listeners to get to know you a little better. And maybe you can start off by telling us what it was like growing up with 10 siblings. And are there any lessons you still follow to this day?
Well, actually, I had 9 brothers and sisters, so there are 10 of us all together. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters who are now deceased. Growing up, there were 8 folks in the household. There were no more than 6 children at any one time. And for a while, my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, lived with us. So it was a very busy house. One thing that I will always remember about growing up is that we had 1 bathroom for all of those people, but we were never late for school. We were never late for church. My mom had us on a schedule. We got up not necessarily in shifts, at X number of minutes to be in the bathroom, and then the next person. And if you couldn't get out fast enough, then you might be joined by somebody, hopefully your sister in my case. But those are things that I remember growing up. My mom and dad both encouraged us to go to school. Both of them graduated high school, and that was it. But they knew that education was the key to improvement, and they instilled that in all of us. And so I'm very proud to say that all 9 of my brothers and sisters have some college, some of them master's degrees. And so I claim my sister-in-law as my sister, actually my sister-in-love. She has a PhD, so we go the whole gamut in our family. So education is important to me. My daughter, she has her bachelor's degree as well. So education.
Well, it sounds like education was important to your family. It is in the Treasurer's Office as well. I think you'd say growing up in a house like that, getting through with so many people is a big accomplishment. But you've also received a lot of awards over the course of your career. Can you tell us about one accomplishment or award that has stood out to you the most?
Well, I have received several awards. The one that I received most recently, which was the first citizen for the city of Springfield. That one just totally blew me away. I woke up that morning to get the paper off the porch. Thankfully, I didn't go out that day in my pajamas. I put on some blue jeans and a t-shirt. And as I was getting out, getting the paper, 2 cars stopped. And then one person got out with all of these balloons and whatnot. And I said, what is going on? And it was like the Publishers Clearinghouse, but without the check. And so I think that was one that truly touched me, because to be named the first citizen of your hometown is truly quite an honor. So
wow. That is great. A native of Southern Illinois, but you have lived in Springfield for almost 50 years. Can you tell us what do you think has changed since you arrived? What would you like to see improve or change going forward?
Having lived in Springfield for 50 years is an accomplishment, I think, in and of itself. Springfield was much more segregated, much more separated than what it is today, even though there's still room for improvement. One of the things that I would like to see improved is community relations with law enforcement, with the police. I think that's needed across our country, not just in Springfield. Until we deal involve race in our country and getting to the systemic elimination of that, I think we will struggle for many years. I often say that race is the elephant in the room most of the time because it is a ubiquitous issue. And and I personally believe that it affects everything in our society. It's right there at the bottom. So going back to 1619, when folks who look like me arrived, I think that was the start. And we have not fully or effectively or fairly eliminated that problem in our society. So,
agreed.
Thank you.
So, Kathryn, you were chosen for this award because of your accomplishments, but we also like to lift people up as an example to young people out there. So what words of wisdom would you share with individuals who look to follow in your footsteps?
To anyone who would like to follow in my footsteps, I would say, put your heart, your feet, your time, your talents into something that you believe in, or to some things that you believe in. One thing that I'm interested in is young folks. So I try to involve myself in organizations that support youth. I'm also interested in some issues in our society having to do with reproductive health. I'm very committed to that. I'm certainly interested in my own faith and my own personal faith walk. And so I put my time and my talents to spreading the good news, as it were. So there are things that in our community that if you believe in them, put your money where your mouth is, and not only just talk the talk, but walk the talk and get into good trouble. That's what I like to do. Get into good trouble. I have a face mask that says good trouble. And I genuinely try to stay into good trouble because that's good for our community. If everybody did just a little bit, I think that, and I think we would move forward. If everybody just does one thing a day. I have a sign that says, a little affirmation that says, what good did I do for someone today? If you can do something good for someone, even if it's just the person you live with, but truly outside of your own sphere, I think that would be a good thing. That's what I think.
Great. I agree. I think that's great advice, great words to live by. So thank you, Kathryn, for joining us today.
Thank you.
For your insights and for your leadership in our state of Illinois.
And I thank you. I thank you for inviting me, for honoring me this way, and you guys have a great day.